Hello and welcome. I am Arumba. Arumba. Weird start. Hi. Hello. Good morning. It's the first episode of the day. I've only had half a cup of coffee, so mistakes will be made. Let's go ahead and unpause and actually play. Cue the unpause emote. If you're just now joining, or well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna be like, "What? I saw the last episode, Arumba." True. I'm in streamer mode. Sorry. Okay. Let's just play. Unpause. Just go. Just go. Just go. Oh my god, Babby the First is now our ruler. So, I almost feel like it's kind of like a saving, reloading type thing. I swear, I mean, the guy was 74 years old, and then we reload the save on the next day, and then he like dies instantly. You ever see that bug where like a ruler will live to be like 100? I swear that's save file related and like not reloading the game or something, because he lived exceptionally long. But hey, you know, King Oh My God Babby the First is pretty good. Goods produced plus 10, and he's a 566. I mean, that's pretty glorious, I have to say. So, does anyone want to be our ally? Aside from, okay, so Korchin would maybe want to be our friend. We also have favors with this guy. Just gonna improve with some random guy now. Remember, what are the best traits that rulers can have? That's a tough question. I would say, depending on the situation, if you've got like innovative offensive, like in our last campaign, if you have innovative offensive and like 100 army tradition and you're trying to roll really good generals, one of the best traits you can possibly have would be bold leader, +1 shock pip, because then, as we talked about before the stream started, bold leader, if you have enough shock pips, shock pips will roll over into another category, and you can essentially convert your guaranteed pips into other types of pips, and it can be very good. Conversely as well, if you can actually get them all, you could do like bold leader and the maneuver one, whatever that one's called, that gives you a maneuver pip. 2 guaranteed pips from your leaders are amazing. Morale of armies is good. If you're in war mode, you obviously want the combat ones. If you're in economic mode, this is one of the best. Goods produced plus 10 is extremely good. Global settlers is great. Global settlers plus 15. Scholar, tech cost -5, idea cost, those are all great. I'm gonna go ahead and say things like, you know, the one that makes you have national unrest is bad. For obvious reasons, right? Okay, I mentioned this before the stream, before the episode on YouTube here started, but I want to mention it again for the sake of the people in YouTube land. Our current goals are, first off, we have grown by 56%. We've gained no land, but we've gained a lot of dev. We started off with like 130, so we've grown by like 56% since the start of the campaign. And our short-term goals are to get power projection back above 50 by declaring war as soon as we get our condottieri back. Our medium-term goals are to dev push our coastline to 12, so that our long-term goal of spawning colonialism is more likely. So short-term, medium-term, long-term. That's our current game plan. What is the best, worst trade? Grand Captain has died. Okay. Morale of Armies guy right before this war would be pretty great. It's fine. As soon as corruption falls below 10 on the dot, we're going to stop rooting it out because we need the economy, I think. We're just trying to get below 10 to avoid bad events. We lost a claim on Jiangsu, which I expected. I was waiting. Ah, here. Halaxel. Look at this. Look at this Halaxel. Tell me that looks good. See how it doesn't even like follow, it doesn't even follow the contours of the provinces. Like what? This looks horrendous. I can't imagine that that is intended. It does not look right. It's just wrong, Gad. So, oh, you know what? Shoot. One of the things I was hoping to do right before our former ruler died was like put him out to pasture and make him into a general right before we killed him. So, now I'm kind of sad that he's dead. Okay, condottieri need to be revoked in the 25th. Let's come back from, say, Udegi for now. Alright. Ming wants our admin points, that's fine. Reload just to see? Reload to see what? There is a version with no snow. Which mod is it specifically? Is that the Better UI mod, or the graphics mod, or the Fog of War mod? Because I guess it is possible that I just downloaded a different version of it because we had to update yesterday. Maybe that's why it feels wrong to me. GMI no snow overlay. Okay, after this episode's done, let's take the time to go get that update, I think. So we're focused on dip in preparation for the upcoming idea group. We still have these two guys, but we did get the event, right? We did definitely get it. We want yearly inflation guy, I think. Or maybe not, actually. We're below 10 power projection, or sorry, below 10 corruption, so let's stop rooting out. We actually have like no inflation, so he's not quite as valuable to us. National tax guy or yearly prestige guy would both be better. I think we take the yearly prestige guy for morale of armies. Okay. Yeah, there are no pirates, so we don't have to worry about privateering or protecting against pirates, because So is apparently dead and now owned by Tsushima anyway. So we have our army back. It's at full morale. We're going to take a claim on Head to Allah. I don't think we're even going to take another claim on like Furdan, because this war is going to be... We're basically just claiming Head to Allah so we have a thing we can attack. This guy's allied to Solong. I think we need this. We need to get our power projection above 50. I want the monarch point generation. So our ally no longer wants to join because attitude towards enemies. Excuse me? You were willing to join yesterday. He's threatened. Well, that slightly changes things. I was expecting most of this guy's army to go north while I just sat on the war goal for a while. Yesterday was a different guy. Oh, did his ruler die? Diplomat now? I mean, it's 3 monarch points a month. We have tons of manpower out of our cap. Economically, we're still in recovery mode because we've got 700 ducats in debt. But with full manpower, I think we want the monarch points. Alright, tech advantage? Yes. This time around, I think we're going to park an army in that province as well to hopefully prevent him from being able to occupy it. Also, I think we're going to just go all the way up to full force limit. Because we're still in economic mode, I'm using pure infantry, no cavalry. If we actually had a stronger economy, I'd probably go with some cav at this stage. We could also, guys, maybe just wait for a timing attack with Miltech 7. That's another option. We have only one general right now. He's not specifically amazing. We can't get a general from these guys again until 74, but that is fairly soon. We are ahead of time on tech. We only have 28 tradition. Our dice rolls are not great. Only 3 to 9. We have 2 primary armies. I definitely want a second general. 3 to 9 pips is such a small range. Alright. I'll tell you what. If chat thinks that the general will be good, then we can roll 1. Because 9, if we got a high roll, like 7, 8, 9, we could end up with like a 2-4-2 or 2-4-2-1, something like that. It could be okay. Heck, it could be like a 2-6-1, something like that. How would you guys feel about, in honor of Super Mr. Generous Man, the Toe, Insane Toe, we name the first general of the day after him? Is that okay? I don't think he's here yet. I don't think I've seen him in chat. But, the Insane Toe. I feel like he's a lucky dude. It's pretty good pip count, honestly. It's 7 pips. I don't like the allocation, but, you know, the maneuver could be useful against the Horde. So it's not bad. 2 shock pips is respectable at this stage if you have bad general rolls and like low army tradition. And maneuver is useful for getting around. So I'm not unhappy. Don't call him that. That's me. Don't call him a maneuver bitch. He'll get upset. All right, we're just gonna fabricate for a tiny bit, and I think we need to consider Leroy-ing here. Yes. Also, we should probably stop privateering We're currently privateering in Girin for power projection. Not even giving us very much, honestly. But a war deck will give us power projection for a little while. Build a palace, lose more money, gain prestige. Prestige is morale of armies. Legitimacy is unnecessary. Losing prestige is negative morale of armies. Losing money is going to continue to exacerbate our problem, though. And there's nothing we can spend our legitimacy on right now. Aside from maybe a royal marriage with Ming, but that doesn't actually cost us. Ah, this is awful. I have to take the prestige loss. It's okay, though, because we do have a prestige advisor, so that's totally going to make everything better, right? Okay, show the mission progress, please. Yeah, but I don't know the tree super well, so 107% discipline gets us oh my god. Gain base manpower in our capital and gain a general with 80 tradition. So, okay, how do we get to 107.5% for yeah, I want that. Discipline, please. Is there any event we can take that'll give us discipline? A disciplined advisor plus an event would do it. This makes me want to take offensive ideas. Do you think they should stop generals from being able to magically teleport? I do, yes. It's cheesy. Super cheesy and tedious and micromanagement-y. I think they should work like merchants. I think, like, if I were to send a merchant from here to here, it takes time based on the distance between the two provinces that the trade centers are located in. It'd be very easy for the game to calculate the distance between one army and a second army and say it's going to take you 47 days to get there. And then, yeah, I think that would be better. It would also be more impactful if you've got an army in hostile terrain or something and the general dies and you have to dispatch a new general. Like, that could be interesting. It could be more of a complicated, more dynamic game that way. Quality idea group, no. I mean, quality might actually be a pretty good fit for us in this campaign because it does have the ship durability, which you do need for one achievement, and we do have innovative, and that does give discipline, which helps us go down the thing. And then combat ability would be pretty spectacular. But our next idea group needs to be exploration because we're hoping to not have to buy two institutions. I don't want to have to spawn colonialism manually because we already spawned one. Generally, if I'm going to spawn institutions, in my experience, you can safely expect to spawn feudalism, skip Renaissance, the other way around. Spawn Renaissance, skip the next one, because you either spawn it or just don't buy it. Then spawn printing press, spawn manufactories, etc. Like every other. If you try to do two back-to-back, you fall too far behind on tech and monarch points. Then again, we are a 566, so maybe we'll be okay. We've managed to get through like all of a day in this campaign today. Well, we have max force limit, nearly max manpower. Gotta get those monarch points, right? This army is not going to even advance. It's basically just going to stand here and say, "You shall not pass." This army is going to do the same thing, but in this mountain. And ultimately, we're fighting against, you know, more men, but we've got a pretty significant advantage. We are in the mountains. We're the defender. We control the war goal. They are a horde. If they try to come into the mountains, they lose their bonuses. And they're probably close to their force limit, honestly. Like, we can expect Jianzhou to train up more men. Oh, God. Oh, God. What have I done? He's going to train a lot more dudes. Solon's not going to train anymore. But they shall not pass. We will hold the war goal. And again, this is... We're not really expecting to take land in this war, even still. This is just a war for power projections so that we can get monarch points. If we can get a humiliate out of this... a humiliate out of this, that'd be amazing. If we can't get a humiliate, I will settle for just money and or war reps because I want prestige, I want money to pay off our debts, and most importantly, I want the declared war on Jianzhou plus 10 power projection for current situation. So I don't think they're going to want to engage us here with a 12 stack. Combat width is 24 already, so we might want to position the army like kind of halfway between just in case, or maybe not try to even hold this province. But if I leave this unoccupied, they will definitely come siege it, and then we're going to miss out on prosperity here, and we want to develop this to 12 soon, so... It's still, with 24 combat width, I don't think we can hold out with just 12. Suffering attrition here because the supply limit is... no, we're not. Never mind. We will Scorch this, because there's a pretty good chance we can abuse the AI. What do you think, guys? Should we just sack the prosperity in this state? In order to be in a mountain rather than in a hill? A -1 to enemy rolls is huge. War taxes? Oh, hey, yeah, free war taxes. I forgot we took that. Apparently, because of our corruption, it still costs 3 military points. Is it even possible to spawn colonialism outside of Europe? Absolutely. I do think the prosperity is really, really valuable. Let's try it. We're going to stand here and we'll see if they plan to engage. For now, I'm going to send... I'm actually going to leave a very small stack here, like a 6 stack as bait. A leaderless 6 stack. Because I scorched it, we should be able to reinforce in time, and if we position the army here, I think we can also reinforce this if they do try to pursue this. So, let's see where we end up at. What is the combat width in mountains? A long time ago, they removed combat width penalties from the game. Used to be that mountains would reduce combat width by 50%, and hills, forests, and all that would reduce it by 20 or 25. Now, combat width is just combat width. So the combat width is 24. We're facing more than 24. We can definitely defend in the mountains. I'm not worried about a battle there. We have a tech advantage. We have the we have a lot of advantages, but basically what I'd like to do is take advantage of Scorched Earth in order to get a couple good fights in, stack wipe possibly, get the war score from the battles, and then also build up the ticking war score to somewhere between 10 and 20, and get his enthusiasm down to low, and then just peace out. I want this to be an extremely economically viable, economically good war, where we just make tons and tons of money. The fact that he's still just sitting there is a good sign. The fact that he's got a 1012 appointed is also a good sign. That means he probably doesn't have a good shock leader, which is all that matters right now for hordes. Believe it or not, I know that this seems like a very uneventful war. This is extremely good. This is an extremely viable way to win wars. Declare for a very defensible province. We did this in, who in chat was in the stream where we played as Hisan Kaifa? I recall a very prominent war against the Ottomans when we were super small still, super weak, and I showed how even though we were only able to field like 20 troops versus their like 50 stack, because of positioning and declaring an intelligent war goal, we were able to crush the Ottomans. There was nothing they could do. So this is even more prominent of an example because of the fact that these guys are a horde and they don't want to leave the flat terrain. So yes, and it's also it is kind of, you know, playing with a dummy in down the street who doesn't understand Scorched Earth, but still, let's keep this guy here for the monthly annual tick. Do we want these admin points? I'm tempted to take this as soon as possible so we can start working our way down the exploration ideas already. Our next national idea is production efficiency. Would be kind of nice. Our trust is already pretty high. I think we decline this one. We gain a core on Hetu Allah. Sweet. Alright, the fact that he's just standing there makes me think that those are banners and he's waiting for them to recover. It also makes me think that he's unwilling to engage because he knows he'll lose, which is a great sign. Could possibly be waiting for tech. Go back to improving with, I don't know, some random dude that's nearby. So we've only been at war for a little while. But for like the last year, we've gained 3 extra monarch points a month for having declared it, and we're still making a profit. Any claim on Ferdin? Yeah, I mean, why would we not do that? Okay, well, it's already been 20 minutes. Not much has really happened, but I love this war. This is fantastic. So I'm going to take a short break here. I'll be back in the next episode if you're watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, stick around on Twitch, and I'll see you in a second.